evening, welcome to Rangers Radio, Sparta Prague 0, Rangers 0. And an interesting game in Prague. Join myself, Oxshire, on the show this evening is the King and Queen of Rangers Radio, Urlander and Bridgeman. And all bears should be with us shortly. How we doing, people?
Evening, Oxshire and Bridgeman. Evening to all the listeners. Yep. I hope you're all doing well and you're happy with the point.
Evening, Bridge.
No, good evening, Oxshire and your techie team in the background there. And of course, Linda. Very good evening to everyone. And to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
And we've got the King and Queen, the Poppers, joined us. Evening, Albert.
Hello, can you hear me?
Aye, carry on, you're live.
Nobody talks to me, I'll just talk to myself, shouting in the wind here.
Oh, good evening, but you're live. The show started. Never mind your problems, yeah? Good evening, Albert.
Aye, good evening, guys. How you doing?
All right. Right, okay. Interesting games. Ladies first. Linda.
Yeah, it was an interesting game, Ox, and I think
when you go, Linda.
Yeah, I was just saying, sorry, I've got a wee technical issue there myself. Yeah, I know, sorry. Interesting game, you're right. Definitely a game of two halves. I'm sure everybody will agree. After the first, probably first half, even after the first 20 minutes, I had a bit in your hand off for a point, Ox. So we maybe could have even sneaked it at the end there, but definitely a point was a positive result for us.
Yes. Bridgeman, your thoughts, mate?
I want to just repeat exactly what Linda says, to be honest. A game of two halves, 100%. Actually, a game of, I would say, a half plus a third of a half for the opposition. I thought that we hung on quite well, but it just showed a real lack of skill, a real lack of fitness all through the team, to be honest. I have to say, look, where it was injuries and so on and so forth, so I'm not going to say, and I'm delighted for the point. I thought the last 20 minutes we were outstanding. Once again, we've done that in the last 20 minutes. But must have had 6 shots in the last 20 minutes and I only got anyone on target. People, I mean, just incredible.
All right. Albert?
Hard to explain it, isn't it? It's first half we were dreadful. Most of the second half we weren't much better, and then the last 15 minutes, 15-20 minutes we come into the game. I don't know if it was them tiring and us getting better, but we seem to start controlling the ball a lot better and but attacking moves. First off, it was non-existent in an attacking sense. You know what I mean? So it was. I don't
want to. I get what everybody's saying, yeah. But Linda, here's the way I see it, yeah. It's difficult to make runs from midfield. Your focal point when you go forward is the guy who's getting the ball played up to him, Dessers. And we've seen the flaws in his game tonight. I'm being polite. So he couldn't keep the ball, and then so the ball's always coming back to us. With a new shape, we weren't passing the ball well. I thought our best 2 players in the first half were John Lundstrom and the goalkeeper, and that says all about you when John Lundstrom's playing deep. The centre halves didn't look comfortable, but they slowly grew into the new system because he did try a new system. Well, new personnel, and at times it was a new system. We showed glimpses, but nothing. Seema worked really hard in his position. In the first half, I thought Raskin's passing was atrocious, but the way man grew into it and get involved in the game at the death, and if he could shoot, we could have won the game. So half time, you're saying nothing each. You might make some changes. He didn't, and then obviously took Claude Cantwell off. Who had a decent start to the second half. It looked lively. I think that was pre-arranged, Randy. He'd maybe take him after him at that time, yeah. You're on mute, Linda. You're doing a bridge. Oh, come on, take yourself on mute. Anybody? Albert. Last hope. Bridgeman.
Yeah, I think what you said there about, unfortunately, Dessers didn't cover himself in glory at all at any time. So I don't think he was very good tonight. But that may have been because he was crowded by 3 or 4 muckle big defenders.
I'll say this to you. Bridge, because nobody's listening. Yeah. You hear me?
Go on, Tom.
He wouldn't make a centre for a donut.
There you go. No, I think the way he is, and I mean, obvious lack of fitness and awareness around about him. So that guy needs to go away for 3 weeks. Just go back up to Auchennairn and Auchenhouse and just play football with the youngsters or whatever, just to get your touch. Get a wee bit of touch and you'll make a big difference.
I just don't think it's there, Linda. The ball bouncing off him. There was one on the touchline. The 2 players, he just ran in and shoved one of them. I started laughing. Yeah?
Yeah, definitely, Ox. I'm up. Can you hear me now, Ox?
Carry on.
Right, fine. Some technical issues tonight. Yeah, you were talking there about the shape and obviously that, the 3-5-2. And I don't know what you think yourself, Ox, but I thought the 3 centre-backs were maybe just a bit too far apart at times. They were popping the ball down the kind of inner channels and we were kind of having to get turned quite a lot. But I would agree with you, I thought they grew into it and they played much better probably in the second half in terms of the 3-5-2. I thought Dessers, you're right, the ball just wouldn't stick to him at all. I don't know what sort of player Michael Beale thought he was buying, Ox, and I'm trying not to be too unkind to the guy because he does try, but I'm kind of struggling to see what strengths he's going to bring to us, Ox, because I don't even think he's that good at holding the play up at all, and he doesn't have any pace.
He just runs in and barges people and gives free kicks away.
Yeah.
I find it. Anyway, it's not about him. But so the second half started, Cantwell showed a bit of influence. They changed some of their players, and then Runabout 6. Scott Wright come on for Cantwell. We started getting involved and we grew into the game, even more so when Danilo come on. Seaman, who I think was arguably the best player of the whole piece of the game for the work he put in. And we had opportunities. The goal had a good save, where it might have still went on in the bar for Danilo. We had chances for Wright, we had chances for Raskin, we had chances for Lundstrom, and the guy made a great save for Dessers, Linda.
Yeah, we could have really sneaked it. I mean, and saying that, you've just described probably 4 or 5 really good chances like they had in the first half. I mean, how they went in without scoring a goal we were very fortunate, Ox. But as you say, it's all about like 90 minutes plus, and we certainly come into the game. I think you're right, when Danilo come on, it added a bit of energy. And Lammers, I think, had the good chance as well. And he had a poor game, you've got to be honest, but he had a chance there just to put that ball past the goalie and be the hero in the night, and he couldn't actually beat him. And we, Danilo, I don't know if you agree, Ox, he almost hit the shot too well, didn't he? And then it's been a save. Been a save onto the bar. Sometimes he's kind of he sometimes rushes his shots a wee bit as well, Ox, tries to maybe hammer them all the time, but I thought Danilo did well when he came on, and if we can get him fit and firing, I think it'll make a big difference to us.
Well, he's 5 times the player where number 9 has, let's be honest. Bridgeman, but then it nearly happened. They gave the ball away cheaply. I think it was Scott Wright. Then they broke away, nothing ball. Golson had it covered. He slips, and you're thinking, 2 minutes to go. They're going to walk in and put us in the net. Yeah.
Nearly did as well. Nearly did. Yeah, it was really. I think even although we played really well, playing the last 20 minutes, I thought we were excellent times, and it was our best spells of pressure. It broke down a lot of the moves, a lot of the good moves, a lot of good things that were happening tended to break down just by really, really poor passing. Even passing sideways, they were poor passes. We were putting the ball out of the park and we're giving it, watching. You could just see the opposition person stepping in and taking the ball away. Not from him, but the pass going straight to him. Just woeful stuff, you know. And I don't know what they're going to do about that. Obviously, the manager will be delighted getting out of there, and where the state of the pit our team is very, very poor form-wise. Now he's got to do something about that, and you know, it's riddled with injuries. So he'll make a plan and see what's on with that. But some of the players poor.
Yeah. I agree with you about the passing. I mean, there was one when Butland passed out of the park. Raskin misplaced a couple of passes, particularly in the first half. Easy passes if I was wanting to see him. John Lundstrom sold the jersey with simple passes, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's frustrating. But wonder, is that a case it's an easy game when you're watching it, innit?
Oh, it is, Ox, but I would agree with you in the first kind of 15, 20 minutes. I mean, Jack Butland had to make a couple of saves from his own mistake. A couple of his kickouts were really poor, Ox. I've never seen that with him before. I don't know, you know, whether he was nervous. Maybe it was the fact that it was perhaps a different setup in front of him. I'm not really sure. But do you remember the double save that he had? That the guy really should have scored.
5 minutes, right in 5 minutes, yeah.
And that came from Jack actually kicking the ball out straight to one of their players, that whole passage of play. So I would agree with you, Ox. I thought the passing overall in the team the first half was very poor. Yes.
Albert, would you agree that sometimes it's our own mistakes that put us under pressure?
Okay, I mean, bad passing, mistiming balls, jumping under the ball, no pulling runners. Okay, we've done all that. But I don't know, man. I'm surprised we got a draw, really honest. I'm happy we got a draw, really happy. But the last 15 minutes showed us something resembling what he wants us to play like, I think. The rest of the game we were struggling. I don't know why. But, I mean, see, most of the players, they're all good and bad in the same game. They've done some... Sort of done some good things. Lundstrom done some good things. The two of them done some bad things. And it's the same with every single player bar the goalkeeper. That's weird. It was a weird game. I found it bizarre. I mean, they were that confident we're going to score. If you looked at their manager, he was sitting back, relaxed on the bench at one time. I'm saying, they're super confident they're just going to go up here, score and win this game. But we hung in there. I mean, don't get me wrong, we hung in there. And he did say he's going to make us a hard team to beat. I don't think he meant with the way we done it tonight, right enough, but weird, mate, weird. There's a lot of players still. I mean, I don't like Lundstrom in the middle of that park. I just don't think he's good enough. He's not got the intelligence for it, mate. But that's just my opinion on him. We got the draw, and that's all that mattered. At the end, I won would have been better, obviously.
Aye, I thought Lundstrom was one of our better players in the first half, yeah.
He done one brilliant thing. He done a block in the first half. Intercepted right in the 6-yard box. It's a cert goal, and he actually got across the guy and blocked it and put it out for a corner. It was a brilliant block. So that to me was the best thing he'd done all night. But it wasn't any worse than anybody else. No, I mean, I'm not picking on him. It's Big Seamers couldn't get into the game at all. He just could not get into it.
He gave a shift. He gave a shift, one, didn't he?
We didn't half. He worked back. Boy, he worked back well. You know what I mean?
I don't want to upset you. I know it is sometimes, but your name's no Linda.
Is it no? When did they change it?
Oh, sorry.
Is that not your middle name?
We're interchangeable. Me and Linda are interchangeable.
Absolutely. We work as a team, don't we? I know Albert, he was kind of isolated at times, I think, Big Seamer, but I would agree with Ox in the fact that he put a heck of a shift, playing near enough out of position, and at times, I don't know about you guys, but if we weren't going to bring Danilo on, I was praying and shouting at him to put Seamer through the middle for a wee while, just to get him running at them, you know, so that he was right in goal.
I agree with that.
I suppose we better get these phone lines opened up.
Yeah. I'm all excited. I can't wait.
All right, Linda, Captain. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
The manager would be delighted. There was when the last 20 minutes of the game, when we got our foot in the ball, and obviously they stretched it, they brought on subs. They actually looked as if they weakened their team. And then we were getting to the second balls, we were winning the ball in midfield, we were moving it. We didn't have any sitters, but we looked a better team, and we grew into it. So that's a positive I'm taking it to Albert.
Oh, me too. I mean, that's what I'm taking it, mate. I mean, I'm not going to dwell on the bad bit, because we've seen it all season, so we don't need to dwell on it. We know we like it. So the good bit was we hung in there and we started coming into the game. And quite impressed with Danilo when he came on. He was quite lively, and that was a beauty of a shot, man. I mean, that keeper got a fingertip to that. I don't know how, but he did. If he doesn't get a fingertip, I think it's going in. It may have still hit the bar, but it was a raspberry of a shot, mate.
A rasper. Not heard that for a while, mate. A rasper.
Oh, you get it all in here, mate.
Bridgeman, we did grow into the game, and you're right about the passing in the first half, but the defence will actually be delighted to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, I believe it. There's some absolute blundering tackles and attempts to tackle. But I thought we were unlucky. We got people booked for it's really insignificant stuff, you know. And I thought their team should have had a few bookings more than they did. But I do think, seriously, you've got to take. To me, I'm taking 100% happiness out of that, and that's about the best I'm going to get. Because to go there based on what we saw for 90 minutes, go there and come away uninjured, shall we say, and maybe even we could have sneaked at the end. We looked a better team in the last 20 minutes to score a goal, apart from the last 2 minutes when we seemed to somehow or other go to sleep or miss the ball for some reason. I thought we made, I don't know how many shots, maybe 6 or 7 shots at goal, and they were getting blocked all over the place. And I thought, if we don't score here tonight, at this point, we're not going to score at all tonight. So that's what happened.
At one time, London, the shot count was 15-1. They had 15, you were 1, and then it ended up at the end of the game 16-11. So it shows you how the game.
Yeah, I think you're right, Ox. In the first half, we only had 1 attempt on goal in the whole first half, and it wasn't even on target. You're right, and they had 14, I think, was the stats. The first half, we just we couldn't even get up into the final third, couldn't we not? We maybe had at the end of it a couple of attacks, but we didn't really do very much with anything at all in the first half. Right. We just couldn't keep the ball, Ox.
All right, we've been joined by Russell. Evening, Russell.
All right, mate. How are you? Hope you had a
right.
good evening, everybody.
I was just saying, could have been better.
Oh, I know. It's just everybody saying that probably what Dessers is MD actually rating the guy, because since he's been here, he's not done much apart from 1 goal. And I think the person who had the man of the match was Butland, and Cantwell done well today compared to what we used to be like when we played them before. I think we've went downhill since the last time we played them.
Well, the last time we were there, I think we get beat 1-0, mate. The last time
we played better last time than we did tonight. I think the players that we've actually bought are not up to par to what we're used to.
I think that's what cost the manager his job. Albert?
You can't argue it. Sorry, mate. You can't argue with it. It's fact, mate. They're not as good. But at the end of the day, it's all results, and it doesn't matter. It's one of these things. Luck comes into it. Luck comes into every team. It's not just us. And we carried a bit of luck tonight and get away with it. But I was going to be bridge. I thought the referee was a bit. I don't know, pretty poor.
I think the referee was poor. It was just like little knocks and that they were fond doing. And we were trying to play our game, and all they were doing was falling on the ground and that, making sure that they were getting free kicks and that. It was just
that's European football, isn't it? That's just European football. We're just we're no good at the black arts, as Box keeps pointing out. We're no good at it at all.
Nah, we're not. It was Suter was brilliant tonight, I think, as well. He'd done a lot of blocks in that, but other than that, man, I just thought it was a dire game.
Oh, it wasn't a cliffhanger, mate. That's for sure. It definitely wasn't a cliffhanger. No, I mean, it's no one you want to go back and watch again. It's put it that way.
No, it wasn't. But Butland did save our backside the whole day, whole night.
I agree with that, mate. I agree with that. He done well tonight. He really did, especially in the first half.
Aye, definitely. But 4 saves in the space of about 5 minutes. I
know. Weird saves as well when they kept sort of scooping the ball away. You're going, well, that's...
Yeah.
I don't care. Stay to the net. Stay to the net.
Aye, that's all I wanted. But I was like, man, even my friends and that were saying that we weren't as good as what we were. We were playing against Hibs. I know that's a different game.
It's a different quality game. Would you have took a draw before the start, Russell?
Sorry?
Would you have took a draw before the game started?
Truthfully, I would have hoped 1-0, but as the game went on, I'm happy it was a draw.
I'll be honest with you, I would have took a draw before it started. Bridgeman?
Yeah, I think I would have taken a draw. Any good result, any positive result for me tonight was just music, you know. Other than that, the pictures was the palace been painted, if you follow. I mean, it's staring right in front of us, and everybody can see it now. There's no hiding. We've done no bad in the Scottish League in the past couple of games, but seriously, we're so seriously short of players of any quality, and some of the injuries we've got are quite frightening.
Yeah, we do have a lot of injuries.
You know, what can you do? You know, what can you do? The manager's got very few players to pick from, and the mere fact that they haven't put the wee Turkish lad into the European pool, you know, and Bournemouth gets injured. We're knackered, you know.
To be fair, and Michael Butland at the time when he named the squad, Red Van was injured. I think or coming back from injury. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's right, Ox, because I think I think they had to pick the squad at the beginning of whatever month it was, and for some reason UEFA didn't release the list until maybe like the 17th or 18th, and then I think Red Van was fit then, because we were all wondering why he wasn't in the squad. But obviously, as you said, he was injured at the time. But you would like to have maybe think, Ox, that they could have got maybe a prognosis and maybe just thought, well, he might be fit in a few weeks' time. But you know what our injuries are like, Ox. They say a couple of weeks.
Don't go over, but not the night. Don't discuss it tonight.
2 weeks becomes 2 months.
I'm glad you brought that up, Linda.
Linda, would you have took a draw before the game started?
100%.
Yeah. What was your point? I missed your point when you first came in, Russell. What was the point you made about Dessers?
I'm just trying to... does MD actually rate him as a player? How many goals has he done since he started playing football? Like a handful?
I think it's a wee bit more than that. I mean, I think he scored 10 in the Conference League in Europe. Listen, I don't think the guy's good enough to play for us, what we've seen so far. Albert?
He's nowhere near good enough to play for us, mate. He's never going to get pace, and that's what's crucial for his game. He's no good. He's not got the intelligence to understand that I've not got the pace, so I need to get into positions where I can take a ball and influence a game. He just runs about like a headless chicken. He's trying to close people down, and he's never going to get there to close anybody down, but he just runs up to them anyway. And by the time he gets there, the ball's away about a couple of seconds before he even gets there. You're going, what's the point, mate? You know you're never going to get there. So it's just false effort you're putting in. I'm going, you're just wasting energy, mate. You're never going to close anybody down, ever. And then you got a couple of through boys today, one for Goals and one for Suter, I think, right through him. I think one for Butland as well. And you're saying a decent centre forward, a half decent centre, not even a brilliant centre, half decent centre forward. It's only Ray boys right away, brings him under control. He's either holding it up or he's getting a shot away. He just can't catch the ball. The puck's bouncing away from him all the time. He never can catch up with the ball. No, I don't. I'm not Ox. I don't think he's good enough for us.
No, I don't think he is either.
I don't think you're alone in your thoughts, Russell. I don't think you're alone. Anything else, Russell? We've got a few calls. Anything else?
No, that's sound, mate. I've just it's the first time ever calling you, and tonight was just bad.
I take the positive the result, mate.
I take the positive for getting the draw. Know what I mean? And Butland did save our backside tonight, and so did Suter. Yeah,
particularly the start again. Cheers, mate. Great to speak to you.
Cheers. You too, pal. See you later, lads.
Thanks a lot.
And lasses, bye.
Unusual of a nice young man, rather than use reprobates and Linda.
Is that me and Bridge you're talking about?
Aye. I'm not going to apologise. Aye. Right, so listen, we'll all focus on Dessers because it's not that. It's just we can see that he's not got a lot to offer, but there's other guys that have got up their game as well. It's a team game, Linda, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, Dessers and Lammers seem to be the two that we focus on, but the thing about it is that we're expecting a wee bit more from them. But as the new manager's been saying, Ox, we have to remember that he's picking a team from the players that he's got available and the players that are actually fit. You know, you'd like to think that as Danilo maybe gets more time, we'll probably start to see him maybe get a starting position in the team, because I think Dessers and Lammers would probably be, maybe getting a wee shot on the bench if we had other players to choose from, and I think we've got to be mindful of that you look at our bench tonight, it was full of kids. And obviously Scott Wright, Danilo came on, made a bit of an impression. The only other kind of guys with any experience was really Ryan Jack, wasn't it? And was Leon King on the bench too. But other than that, it was just a lot of the boys from the academy, the B team. So that just shows you, Ox, the position we're in, particularly with the injuries, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, mate.
Can I ask a question? You just mentioned Scott Wright coming on. And, as much as I admire the young lad, or I did admire the young lad, he contributed absolutely hee-haw as well. Absolutely nothing. There was a chance came to him, probably on the edge of the box there, and it was just right for anybody that wanted to have a dig at the goal. And where does it go? 30 yards over the bar. I'm sorry.
Wasn't it close, was it? It wasn't
it was terrible. Absolutely shocking. But you don't... That's... I could understand people being a bit off form, but that is probably epitomises Scott Wright. And that's just not good enough. You can bring any youngster and the ball comes to him, you could say it slices off his boot. Aye, okay, no bother. But you can't say that. Scott Wright's an experienced boy, allegedly.
He's not scored a goal in a year and a half. The last goal was the Scottish Cup final. Colbert?
What's that, mate?
The last goal was scored was the Scottish Cup final last season.
Oh, you're talking right?
The season before, sorry.
He's another player that's not good enough, mate. It's just as simple as that. I mean, there's no... These try to dress this up and tell you and kid on, they're not too bad. They're rotten. They're just rotten. They're not good enough, and that's the end to it. So we just got to go on with it till we get something better and move these players on. It never seems to happen right enough, but there you go. I mean, we're talking about today, 7 years, 5 years, and 6 years. Some of these players have been here now. It just never seems to happen, does it? But he's not good enough. Wright's not good enough. We all know he's not good enough. Desser's not good enough. Lammers is... I don't think he's good enough either, but he done nothing right, and then he comes on, a couple of wee flashes, and then that's it. That's all you got. He never really contributes much to a game.
Anyway, I think we've been joined by Martin. Evening, Martin.
Evening, how are you?
How you doing, mate? All right?
I'm all right, mate. How are you all getting on?
Aye,
good, mate. Good.
Hi, Martin.
Hi there. How you doing?
All right.
What's on your mind, Martin?
Well, disappointing. Certainly the first half tonight kind of got overrun, but there was flashes a wee bit in the second half and had a wee bit more chances, but there's still a lot of players no. They're certainly no living up or getting up to the expectations of the fans with their performances. But the second half was at least better, and there was a few chances because the first half was a bit grim to watch, as I'm sure you'll agree.
I don't think there was anybody that wasn't watching the first half behind the sofa, Martin, if I'm being honest, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they did improve. Take the positives. What's the positives in the team for you this new, Martin? The goalkeeper?
Well, you've got the keeper. Keeper had a really good game. I think Linda said earlier on, there was a couple of saves that he had that he kind of palmed out, but didn't get me wrong, he got up and made the second save, and you can't criticise him. I mean, he's been one of the if not the best signings over the course of the season. So he was really good. Some of the defensive stuff, some of the stuff's a wee bit schoolboy. I thought Tavernier tonight, I don't think he didn't have a great game in defending, and he didn't have anything going forward, to be quite honest, in my eyes. Obviously Davis, he done alright at times. Obviously he's no offering anything going forward.
You mean our new corner kick taker, Ben Davis?
But that shows you, Seema. I thought Seema covered every blade. I thought, his defensive work as well as his forward work was really good. I thought that was a real positive. Dessers, well,
take the Fifth Amendment, Mark. Take the Fifth Amendment.
I don't think I need to say anything about he was very poor, very, very poor, and disappointing. He's been given a chance, and at the end of the day, if you get given a chance, you've got to, especially on this stage, you've got to grab it with both hands. And I don't think the manager will be giving him too many more chances, I wouldn't think.
He can't hold the ball up. He's not got a lot of pace. He's not scoring goals. He's not got a lot to offer.
Yeah. Well, if you remember, in the seasons gone by, and my good friend and your friend Alex Kelly will tell you, my dad and myself, we obviously we're talking about Morelos. Good and bad for Rangers. Last couple of seasons, no say, but in Europe, he could hold the ball up, bring players into the play, and when we hit a ball forward, and now it's like bouncing off players. It's no there for your midfielders or your attackers to get forward. It's coming right back at you. So that's a big disappointment and a negative, especially in Europe.
Mm-hmm. What I'll say is, and I'll move on. What I'll say is, your dad would be better playing up front now than Dessers is at the moment. Yeah.
Well, the heart's willing, but the legs are probably not.
Aye. And talking about people who are injured, Mr. Kelly's out for the bowling season, I believe. Yes, have you heard?
Oh, I've not heard that. No, I know Mr. Kelly's. His back's not what it used to be.
No.
He's a bit older than me, so you expect that kind of thing.
He's had a stumble, and it wasn't under alcohol, and he's ended up with a couple of broken bones. So all the best to AK.
I've not heard that. Oh,
yes,
dear.
he's the first guy I've ever known.
All the best.
He's the first guy I've ever known, Albert, to fail a fitness test for bowls.
Does It sounds as if he's ready for Ibrox now.
He's no broke a bone in his tongue, has he?
No. I think he tripped to it.
I'd be too lucky, mate. I'd be too lucky.
I think he tripped to his tongue or his wallet. I'm not sure what one it was.
Oh, it'll be his wallet.
He's in a bad way. He had a bit of an accident the other night. Let me think. This is Tuesday night. Oh no, last night it happened. Right, so I mean, look, we don't want to turn this into the Dessers beating show, but you can't. The reason we're getting attracted to him so much, Linda, is because he is so bad.
Yeah. I don't think we can quite believe it, to be honest with you. The way that our former manager talked him up, and I know talk is cheap, and it's all about what you see in terms of what people are doing on the park. But I don't know whether can he get any better? Can the new manager improve him? Is he just simply not going to be good enough? And it's not a great situation for us Ox, really. I know that's an understatement, because it's not as easy just to move these players on. And as you've rightly said, they hold all the cards in terms of they're picking up their salary, but you never know. Perhaps it wouldn't do him any harm to have just a wee bit of a time on the sidelines. But as we've said earlier, he's the only kind of fully fit number 9 we've got just now, Ox, and that's simply why he's been playing.
Yes. Oh, but Danilo had the facial knock, and obviously, but there's no reason how he shouldn't be fit, because there's nothing to stop him training.
Well, it's their fitness department, their medical department, fitness department. I think there's nothing wrong with the boy apart from the obvious with his face. But I don't think there's anything wrong with Lawrence or Dowell either. I think that department's holding these players back. Roof as well. They're another one. Why was he on the bench tonight?
I don't think some of them were in the European squad. No, he wasn't on the bench. No.
I just think it's that.
One at a time.
Apologies.
I just think it's the medical staff, mate. They're holding these players back. Because he should be fit.
We'll discuss that another time. When you come, Bridge?
I was going to say, Danilo, I think he's, based on what we saw tonight when he came on, he looks the part, very clever wee player, and I'm sure that he's ready to go. And that's him, played maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so in a European game, and that's great. So he should be just about ready to be able to play in the Scottish Premier League. And I don't know what's going to happen with the Dessers and Lammers. Two very, very poor quality. Form-wise, I dare say, if you look back in their history, they look as if they're great players. But based on what we see as fans, that these two guys shouldn't be playing football for our team at the moment in the first team level. They would be reserves. They'd be put in the reserves for a month. And just to get a game together,
All right. We'll be joined by Robert. Evening, Robert.
Evening, Oxia, everyone else in the panel. Can I just ask you a wee question? Where is the Steven Gerrard team for in Europe? Where is the Steven Gerrard team for in Europe? That's what I'd like to ask, because we were magnificent under him for 3 or 4 seasons, and Gail taking it on, and you watch that tonight. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to call it. I'm going to see for 70-odd minutes, we were absolutely dross. No fight, no legs in that team. We were absolutely dross against a wee boys team, a BB team. That's what we were up against tonight, a BB's team. And yet it came on 70-odd minutes before we actually woke up. Oxford, I'm sorry, I've got to call it, because as much as I praise, and can I ask Albert, because Albert, I love your opinions, pal, because you call an ace, a spade. Albert, tell me, why did it take him 60-odd minutes to make a substitute the night with that draw?
It's a mystery. It's a total mystery. But I'll give him a cup. I'm not blaming Clement at all, mate, tonight, but I'll cut him a bit of slack and say he's not got much to work with. You looked at his bench, you saw the young boys there, and I think he's looked at them and went, I'm not going to throw them to the wolves because they're this mob on the part of playing bad. The trouble I've got is, see that 70 minutes, Robert, and some maybe Ox, you can answer it, because tactically I'm no anywhere know what I'm talking about tactically. So you think he done anything tactically to improve us in the last 15 minutes, or is it just bringing subs on? Did they change positions?
They're tired. They're tired.
I think that's all it was, just then tired.
They're tired. I disagree with Robert, the fact that they're a BB team. They're a decent side. They're European. I mean, they've got pedigree. Yeah. They were better than us, and we were poor. If we get better, hopefully we beat them at Ibrox. You take that. It's all about the group. I mean, we're not playing the football that we were playing under Gerrard, but however, we've played them. We've been to Prague twice in the last couple of years, Linda, and we've lost, we've drew, and then we've drew again tonight.
It can be frustrating, because I know what Robert's saying. I did think that that we were poor. We've all said that, but we're trying to hang on to the positives for that we saw in the last kind of 15-20 minutes. I mean, you're right, Robert. I thought he might have maybe changed it at half time, but he didn't. I mean, he left Dessers on for, was that 75 minutes Dessers played? And I think Lammers even finished the game. But when you look at the bench, Robert, I don't think he had a lot of options.
You've got to be fair to the manager. Linda. That Lammers finished the game. He might not have noticed him on the pitch.
Okay, I feel sorry for him. It's just terrible.
Right, Oxford, I know what you're saying, right? I know what you're saying, and I'm no hanging, and I'm behind Clement 110%. I'm behind them, right? But I hate managers that won't make a change just to try and change the game, right? So, Young McCausland has come on a couple of games and done okay. Would he have done any worse than Lammers? Let's be honest about it. Would Danilo coming on at half-time done any worse than Dessers? No, I'm sorry. So why is he sitting at that sideline watching that game the same as us millions of Rangers fans are watching that game, Robert, and he won't make a change?
The trouble is, he could have brought Scott Wright on. Sorry, he could have brought Young McCausland on and brought Danilo on at half-time. He could have lost the game 2-0. You'll never be able to answer that.
Right, that's true, but I'll throw it back to you. He might have brought them on and we might have won the game 2-0.
Of course, but you'll never be able to answer that. That's the problem. So ultimately, if he was happy with a draw, Albert, you go to draw, yeah? And bring Martin in a second, don't you go, Albert?
That's it, mate. It's the results that count, mate. And let's be honest, we could have stole that game at the end. Or for all our garbage play, as Robert pointed out, for all our garbage play, we could have stole. I mean, don't get me wrong, for that Prague mob, they went like that's totally unfair. But we could have done it. And we've done it, we've seen it ourselves. We've played in domestic games, we've dominated and played some good football at times, and then somebody goes up the park and scores against us, and that's a draw or a defeat. So it happens in football, it's just football. But I agree with Robert, we're rotten, mate. We're not a good team.
I'm not saying we're no, mate, but you've got to turn it into the result. We'll not say how well we played in the papers tomorrow. I'll just say nothing each. Martin,
that's it.
Martin, listen, 4 points. The disappointment is that we couldn't keep a clean sheet in Cyprus, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, I mean, hello, Robert, by the way. I think when the draw was made, were they not the top seeds that were playing the night? So,
no, we were the top seeds.
No, we were the top seeds, Martins. We were in pot 1.
Well, so they were the fancy team in the section. If you're not a Rangers fan, so you've got a hard game tonight. So, if you play away from home, and especially the first half, don't play well, improve the second half and come away with a point, it's not ideal, but it's certainly an improvement in the last exploits in Europe.
It's better. But by the way, let's be honest. The teams we were playing last year were a step up. I'll give Robert that, but a step up for the teams we've competed against so far this year. But Robert, we've got a massive game at Ibrox in a couple of weeks' time, and ultimately, the way the section's gone, if we can win that game in the Ibrox, we're in pole position. We'll maybe get through, mate.
Look, Oxford, listen, I'm just an angry bear tonight and frustrated bear because of the way my team plays. I like to see my team play with guile and with style, right? And don't get me wrong, before that game tonight, and here's the positive coming to Robert, is I would have snatched your hand after a draw tonight. I'd have snatched your hand after a draw, because if we won the 2 games at Ibrox, we'll get 10 points and we're basically, I think, we're through. So I'm happy and delighted with the result, but I'm just so disappointed with the first 70 minutes. They couldn't pass a ball. That wee boy's Raskin's talking about playing for Chelsea in the English Premier League. Well, do you know what, Raskin? Get your game together, son, because you can't pass a ball. You're absolutely dreadful at passing a ball.
Right,
Big Winstrom's too slow.
All right, mate. It's all right. Don't shout, mate. We don't need to hear
Right,
it, yeah?
no, right. But do you know where I'm coming from, Oxford? Oxford, sometimes you've got to call it as it is. You've got, and I was the guy that came on here and said about me asking going to be a superstar. Well, I'm sorry, I don't see it, and I'm sorry if I'm getting a wee bit high in that, but I'm just calling it as I see that tonight. And for 70 odd minutes, we were not good.
No. But we've been 70 odd minutes. We've been brilliant, Linda, and lost again.
Okay, I suppose you just don't know, Ox. But Martin's, Martin made the point earlier on about the way that we started the first half, and we were all a bit nervous. We were disappointed as well, because I think we wanted to carry the momentum in from the weekend's game, but it's a totally different game, Ox. It's in Europe, but some of the basics just weren't very good either in the first half, though.
All right, we've been joined by Big Al.
Can you hear me
Go,
okay?
big man.
Can you hear me okay?
On you go, Biggie. Floor's yours.
Right, I'd just like to say hello to the vivacious Linda. How are you, Linda?
Hi, Al. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm excellent. Also, Robert, is it Wednesday night? Spicy chicken pizza night? Because I think it's been spiked, buddy. Relax.
Relax, nothing, Al. There's nothing about calling it truthfully. That's what you've got to do, Al. Call it truthfully.
2 seconds. Well, 2 seconds. I need to go. I'm a busy man. What I'll say is, I thought it was a Walter Smith-esque performance tonight. We got slightly pummeled, but we came away with a fair result. I'm happy with it. Obviously, we can pull our socks up in certain departments, but I'm happy with the result. We didn't get beat. We didn't concede, and we move on to the next game. And there's building blocks there. There was a few things, even when I think we were up against it. The goalkeeper was phenomenal again. So there's a good positive. That's what I really wanted to say. I don't think it's as bad as maybe some people are. Maybe kind of making it specifically.
Would you have took that result before the game started?
Of course I would. Of course I would. Yeah.
Me also, mate. Me also. It was a classic performance, but you've got it's based on the result, isn't it?
That's how I said it was kind of Walter Smith-esque in regards to the result and the performance. It wasn't. By no means was that a great performance. And look, we were unlucky towards the end, I suppose. But these things happen. This is all a learning curve for the manager and for the players. And as illustrious and vivacious Linda said as well, the manager's hands are tied at the moment. You know what I mean? And just one thing, I'm not too sure about that McCausland. I know people are kind of speaking about him, but I don't know if he could have come on and changed anything. And I'll agree with Robert. He might be a better player than Sammers and Dessers. He might be. He might not be. I don't know. But I think he, at the stage his performance in his career at the moment, he's a much, if that makes sense. All right. Right. I need to go to the vehicle if I've got a busy day. But
cheers, mate.
Thanks for taking my call, guys. Take care.
Cheers, mate. Right, Mr. Steven, we've got a few people waiting. Sum up the night and give your thoughts and give your positives and negatives, yeah?
Well, I think obviously the first half was disappointing, which everybody can see. But towards the end of the second half, I think better team than the one that was going to score. As you said to some of the other callers, if you offered a draw before the game, I would have taken that. And it can only improve. There is some players that are improving. There's still some that are playing from the start that maybe shouldn't. But I'm sure the manager will identify that. But they're still in this. So hopefully, moving on, they can bring the best out of some of the other players. I mean, there's experienced players there like tonight. I don't know if anybody's mentioned Tab. I thought very, very disappointing tonight. And that's our captain. I was disappointed settling his contribution, but I'm no dishing the guy. But players need to step up, and I'm sure the new manager will make his decisions on players over the next few weeks in big games. So
yeah. Right, Martin, great to speak to you, mate. Yeah, pass on my regards.
Thanks very much for having me.
Yeah, great. Anytime, mate, anytime. But pass on your regards, my regards to your old man. I hope we buds keep well, mate.
He's doing all right. He's doing okay. He was back at Ibrox last week, so.
Oh, brilliant. I know his health's will be great. Speak to you soon, Martin. Don't be a stranger, yeah?
Thanks very much, and thanks for having me again.
All right. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Yeah. Could have done with his old man tonight, Robert, Mr. Colin Steiner.
Oh, definitely, Oxford. And I'm going to sign off, Oxford, and I'm going to say, on a positive, yes, I'm delighted with the result, getting a one each, because I've snatched your hand off it before the game, Oxford. But I'll leave you with a wee thought and a wee question here for you, Bridgeman Alberg. Linda. If she's getting to I know you're going into the tune. So I would like to ask you all, guys, and answer this after the tune. The Rangers fans are all there. My pal Agnes Newton and man Eric and the rest of them are all there in Prague tonight. Do you think they get value for money? That's my question. And I'll sign off, Oxford, and say thank you for taking my call tonight. And let's not forget, be Tiny Gallagher. Served Rangers for over 50 years. She served the Rangers, and she's one of us. And rest in peace to be Tiny Gallagher. Good night, Oxford. Thanks, pal. Good night.
By the way, it was very remiss of me last night because of the technical problems we had at the start of the show. I was meant to pass on my condolences to Tiny and her family. And you, Tiny, when I was a lad, there you go, Robert.
I know. She's very us, Oxford, isn't she? She's a total blue nose, and she worked for our club, and so does her family, actually. I believe her family worked for our club and done a great job, and it's people like that, Oxford. We miss them, and you know what? And we thank them for all their services to the Glasgow Rangers, because at the end of the day, we're all one family, and as much as we might criticise and have a go at the Rangers, we actually all love the Rangers. Thanks, Oxford. Good night, pal.
Aye, listen, I don't know about Robert's point with value for money, all better. Away time, Europe, nothing extra. He's shaking and moved down. I would imagine most of the season campaigners that's done the trips would have took that.
I mean, if you're talking entertainment value, it wasn't a great game of football. But value for money, it's another each draw. They got a result, didn't get beat. Actually, I'd say aye. I know if I was there, I'd be happy about saying, well, we got away with one there. And we got a draw. A draw's better than getting a defeat, mate. Let's be honest about it. It's not as good as a win, but it's better than a defeat. And they've done the job. They got the draw. And if you're in the last 15 minutes anyway, you were thinking to yourself, oh, what we can hold on to this draw. Don't get me wrong, they played well in the last 15 minutes, but you walk away happy. And I would have took the draw before the game started as well, mate.
As the game flipped through about that 70-minute mark, Bridge, I'm saying to myself, there's only one winner here. That's what I started thinking.
Yeah, I honestly thought we were going to win it. I really did, but I think there was 4 or 5 of our players. Unfortunately for them, they either couldn't quite get the ball under the control they wanted, or they were just slashing wildly at it. And that's not what you want in front of goal. You want to be able to have a shot at goal, a proper shot. And I'm including some of really experienced players. And John Lundstrom had three or four shots that never went anywhere near hitting the white sticks. You know, it just wasn't there. You know, so. But I'd love to have seen one of them getting I thought the shot by Danilo from the byline was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I think the keeper touched it and hit it onto the front of the bar, and my goodness gracious, it was going at some rate too. Fantastic stuff for that boy, you know. But some others, I tell you, in particular, Scott Wright, I thought a couple of wee things that he did weren't worth it. He was just dreadful.
You can put the dug in it right, but you can't put the heart in the dug, mate. That's Scott Wright's problem.
But you've got to remember, some of these new players that we've got, some of them, this is their 7th game in Europe for us. So they're experienced now.
Yeah, I think they're all experienced. I think there's two in particular, and we've been talking about them since the start of the season, since they came here, Dessers and Lammers. I'm not being funny when I say it, and I don't know if anybody actually understands what I'm saying. They should not be in our first team. They may be good players, but they're come back from injury and they are not ready. They're not ready to play top-class football and even international or European stuff. You could just see it. Even when they wanted to go for the ball, they couldn't. Now, Mr. Dessers is 3 yards slower and ducks with everybody else in the pitch. And I don't know at his top of his game whether he was like that, because I've never seen him playing before. I can remember anyway. And Lammers, well, he's got all the skills in the world. Tanner ball player, beat you, you know, it's a side flicker, just not there. But my God, when it comes to the actual game, sorry, it's not there, pal. It's not there.
I think Lammers won the Holland National Hide and Seek Championship twice.
Hide and seek, yeah. Honestly, God, I know a lot of you.
When they get back to the dressing room after the game, Big Phil said, "Where have you been?"
We needed you tonight. Where were you? Oh dear.
That's cool.
Right, get yourselves a mute, people, because we're going to have a tune.
I call you, I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wild. You come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. Speak the language of love like you know what it means. And it can't be wrong.
why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, the tune tonight was simply the best to mark the passing 2 years ago today of the one and only Walter Smith. Walter, you were simply the best. I have to believe it's 2 years, Linda.
Oh yeah, there's a few wee tribute videos doing the rounds on social media today, and I've got to confess I had a wee tear in my eye at a couple of them. But yeah, very much missed Walter Smith.
Yeah. The one and only Walter Smith. Yes, we again, we move on, all better. I get it. We didn't play great. You know, we didn't. But that last 20 minutes, 15 minutes as we get into the game, and we get Cantwell coming back. I mean, his run across the park, his nutmeg, he grew into the game. He got a bit better. I thought the first few minutes he looked a bit rusty. He's playing against better players, all better. Yeah.
You've got to take that into consideration, mate. They were better players. It took a while to get up to speed, but once he got up to speed, he looked the part. Again, you knew you were only going to get an hour out of him. He's a quality player, boy. The boy's a quality player. He was a decent player up front with him. He could have actually maybe done something today. But a lot of the players misunderstood or misinterpreted the amount of the speed of some of these other players. I mean, they were up for it. No, let's no kid was still on. They were up for it, so they were that wee bit sharper. But it's Europe, mate. It's a different quality of player. I don't think they were a brilliant team. No, I'm not going to start saying they're a brilliant team. They were all right. They were nothing special. We've beat better teams than that. Same as that Lamorous. We've beat better teams than them. But you've got to be up for it. You've got to try. But I'm happy. As I said, I'm not going to go on about it, but I'm happy. Happy with the draw. That'll do me. Something to build on.
Yeah, I'll tell you what we're going to do now. We're going to hear from your manager, Phil Clement.
Philip, a point here in Prague this evening. What did you make for that game tonight?
That it's deserved points. It's a logical result, although in the second half we were the better team and you have the chance to win the game. But first half they were the better team. Our reaction second half was good. We could show during halftime some images, what we were not doing well on the ball, without the ball. And the reaction in the second half was really good. So in these circumstances, having only 2 days to change the system of playing with no fullback available, I think it's a really important point. And the team showed also a lot of resilience to fight until the end in all the circumstances. So that's also a very positive point.
Yeah, to be able to deal with that pressure at times, like you touch on there, and there were a few good saves from Jack Butland too. That must be real positives to take forward.
Yeah, in the first half the saves of Jack, but the second half were also the saves on the other side. With 2 good saves, the chance with some really good shot and with Danny also. So we could have won this game in the second half, but if you see 90 minutes, it's a normal result.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of the group, it could be a really important point too, and something to build on moving forward.
Yeah, winning points away at home, it's really important in Europe. Of course, we're hungry, we want to win. We were close by getting that, so that feeling stays. But I think in the circumstances that we had the last couple of days, this is a really important point.
Yeah, and you touched on obviously having to have the change of formation today. What did you make of the way the players dealt with that, given the time that they had?
First half difficult with the ball, difficult without the ball. We could not find our normal football. But the team comes also out of a situation that they lack confidence. Playing another system breaks the good things that we built last week. You need to rebuild other things. So I'm really happy about the reaction second half, where they recognize more the spaces, because we could show it again in halftime, how we had to play, how we had to break the lines, how we had to create chances, and then they did it in a good way. So I think after 10 days missing so many players, and the players do already in 2 systems good things, it's a really positive start.
Talking about positive. I've enjoyed it all, Davey. Evening, Davey.
Evening, guys and girls. How you doing? Great. That's the best comments I've heard all night for that man. That was total sensibility he was talking. Because I don't know I know it's not a great, you're not getting a spot on performance, but to get the result was a point. That was marvellous. And he, just listening to that guy, that's everything. He's explaining where he sees the problems. And that's great, because there is problems. And we're talking about Dessers, and that will all get sorted, because I believe he'll sort it. Somebody says earlier in the show, I don't know who was it mentioned about, he needs to get away, Dessers needs to go for 3 weeks training. You must be kidding. I mean, that's like asking a donkey to go and win the Grand National. You know, it's just no good at. And we're playing with 10 men with him.
I don't disagree with you, but what about Boyneven?
Brilliant. Aye. No, but yeah, well, you've got a point. No, that was a great, mediocre performance. And I tell you, man, they're not boys with a good team. Far from it. And we were playing in a partisan atmosphere. And I could still hear the Rangers guys singing away in our hearts out. And the boys, you know, to criticise and say that wasn't fair on them to give away, they'll spend all that money. I bet you they're over the moon with that point. Because see the beginning of the game, I say to myself, see if we lose an early goal here, we're going to get a doing. Because that's what it looked like. But it never materialised. And we got in at half time and we came out. He got some words in their ears. Few people, he changes and all. Daniel was a breath of fresh air. You know, I mean, you could see the difference in the whole set when he came on.
Yeah, so the positives are David Daniel coming on, clean sheet, Butland. Cantwell getting minutes under his belt. These are all positives. Linda, in you come, I'll let you speak to your sweetheart.
Hi, Davey.
Hello, honey bunny, how are we?
Hello, I'm fine. Listen, I totally agree with you. I mean, after the first 15, 20 minutes, you would have absolutely, bitten your hand off for a point, Davey. And maybe you're right, if we had lost a goal, we might have lost 2 or 3. I think we've got to give the team a wee bit of credit as well. The reason we weren't like 3, maybe 2 or 3 down at half time was our goalkeeper made some good saves, but you've got to give the defence a bit of credit at times as well. They blocked some good chances. You think about the one that John Lundstrom had, it was a certain goal. I mean, we all thought it was in when you were watching it. I think they were trying to say it was maybe a penalty. It wasn't. But, I know we were letting these chances be created, but we actually did well not to concede. And I think the defence and our goalkeeper will be absolutely delighted that they were able to keep a clean sheet tonight, Davey.
Yeah, I agree with that one, though.
I think Bridgeman was being kind. He said he wants to get him some fitness. I think the point he was trying to make was get him out of the team. Bridgeman, you can't break this.
No, I was meaning that if Dessers and Lammers themselves, not the team, themselves, should be saying to the manager, we need to how do you sort us? Because I'm a better player than what's happening. You must be thinking, I've never played as bad as this, or have I? If they have played as bad as this, then that's a normal play. So that's all I'm saying. If they're thinking, I'm a lot better than this, oh, wait a minute, I'm no fit. Get me fit. Hello.
How you doing? Hello, can you hear me?
David, just wait. We'll bring you in a second, mate, yeah?
No worries, pal.
All right, just wait. On you go, Bridge.
I was just meaning that I think voluntarily, they 2 players, if they leave Rangers still playing the way they're playing, they won't get a game for anybody. They couldn't get a game in the junior team.
They wouldn't get a game for Robert's BB team.
I'm saying that it just won't happen. They need to be big enough to say to the manager, It's not happening for us here, and we know we're better than this. Either, you need to do something for us. I don't know what it is. Let us go. Let's agree we're not going to play here. Something like that, because that's European level. It's not even the top European level they played tonight, and they just weren't even in the game. Lammers had one shot at goal or something like that, and he was unlucky, but the Dessers, the ball bounces. I look at Dessers, and the ball comes to him, and you think, he's going to hit that twice. But it was going to touch him twice, and the second was a tackle, and he'll be a foul away. That's what happens. You're just stretching all the time, And Lammers, well, if we spoke around.
I don't think these are fair. I think Dessers is ahead of his time. See the way he runs into people and pushes them out all better. I think that's the way football's going to go.
He's good at that, by the way. He's consistent at that, so he might have something. But it's all kidding aside. He's just simply not good enough, and that's the bottom line to it, isn't it? It's just we can't say anything about that. I thought the manager spoke well there, Ox. I thought that summed it all up quite well. You know what I mean? He's took the negative and the positive, and he's gave you both, and he's telling you the team done well before the short notice or the short day, 2 days to get a system, start playing a new system, which you need to take into consideration. I'm just looking for any
14 senior pros fit, mate.
Well, I mean, that's his medical team again, isn't it? I'm not getting into it, but you can see what I'm coming from, mate.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we'll have a special one night, and you can get the blood pressure tablets with oxygen and everything for you. How's that going to be?
Oh, aye, definitely. She'll strap me down to the couch, man. Calm yourself.
I had the pleasure to speak to Albert for a second today, and I gave him a couple of stats. He was nearly going nuts, wasn't he, mate?
Oh, aye. I run about the living room banging into things after you hung up.
Listen, we've been joined by Davy Fairdray, so we've got two Davies in the call. So one will be called Old Davy, and the other one will just be called Davy. Is that all right?
All right with me.
Right, so you're Old Davy. How are we doing, Davy? How are we doing, David? Oh, we lost him. Oh, he's left. Davy's left. We'll try and get him back. And you come, Linda?
Yeah, just what Albert was saying there about the manager. He just seems to talk a lot of sense as well, doesn't he? I like the fact that he did explain, in terms of half time, he showed them some images and what they were doing wrong. And I know it still took another maybe 15 or so minutes, 20 minutes, Oxford, to really kind of, get up the park and create chances. He obviously was, recognised what was happening and tried to fix it. I think Albert's spot on about the fact that you have got to take into consideration that made one game at the weekend. They were playing with the flat back four, and then they had 2 days to learn a new system. I mean, I think sometimes as fans, we maybe don't give enough sort of consideration to something like that. We just expect them to go out and play well, whatever the system is and whoever they're playing against. So I like listening to our new manager, and looking forward to just see what he does, in the coming weeks, Ox.
I'm really intrigued about his recruitment's going to be. What position he signs first? That's intriguing me, Linda.
Yeah, totally, Ox, absolutely. And I don't think it'll take him an awful long time to get his clear ideas about that either.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, obviously, he watched all the games. He told you he watched them all. He might have watched them back again, but it'll be really interesting to see what he does with the recruitment. I know he must be some man.
He must be.
Fox just came to a point, and I'm trying to get him on to say it, but he's a busy man this evening, and this is Fox's point. And I'll take this take. Albert first, then Old Davy, then Bridgeman, right? Although Cantwell was our best player tonight, he caused us problems by not sticking to his position on the right, caused our press to fail, and from the front and left Tav open at the back. Opinions, please. That's for Mr. Fox. Oh, better.
I can see what you're saying, but that's his game. And if you don't let him do that, you may as well not play him, because he will try to put him in positions and order position. He's not that type of player, mate. So if you're no happy with that, and that's what's happened the night, I just thought Tav was poor tonight, really poor, mate. He was getting the ball away under no pressure at times, and he hitting the first guy with crosses and corner kicks and open play. It was just not a good game at all. Might be down to no having enough cover with Cantwell, but we know that's the way Cantwell plays, and Tav knows that's the way he plays. So if he's got a problem, he's the captain. He can do something about it. Either speak to the manager or speak to the player himself during the game. I don't know. The first half, don't get me wrong, Tav wasn't good. Neither was Cantwell. Neither was anybody else for that matter. But Cantwell did come on to a wee bit of a game later on, albeit only for 10, 15 minutes, right enough, but he did come on to a game. So that's what you're getting with Cantwell. We've got to accept it.
All right. I think Tav, if you think back to some of the European games he's had all day, he has lost a wee bit of pace. I'm not saying he's lost a half a yard, but he's lost a bit of pace, because as you got older, as you know, Davey.
Ah, well, so the life keeps telling me. But I'll go with Fox all day long there. And it's too easy to criticise people, guys. We're transitioning again to again that guy. He's only come in the door, and he's, as far as I'm concerned, he's got 2 great results. And the way he was speaking, he can see the problems, and that's massive. It's up to the players to get into his mindset of what he wants them to do. But I agree with what Fox was saying, definitely.
Bridgeman?
I can't disagree with David there, but for the short time in the second half when he sprung to life, I thought Cantwell, once again, similar as the weekend, best man in the park. But, it's difficult. The game's just difficult for him. It might be the pace of the game. It might be he's running into crowds after players, being asked to defend. Defending is really difficult when you're a gifted technical player, It's really hard to defend. Although Seema did quite well, I must admit, defending. So
Seema gives you a shift, Bridge, yeah?
He did indeed, yeah. I don't think Cantwell could become part of the game unless he was able to pick the ball up and come away on his own. He had a couple of wee nice runs and try, but there's nobody up the front by that time to do anything about it, So Cantwell, for me, I'm not being funny when I say it. I don't know if he was playing out of position or not, to be honest. But some of the stuff he carried the ball forward with, but not enough, may I say. But maybe that wasn't what he was asked to do. I don't know. And only the manager could tell us. And I hope the manager does come out in the very near future and tell us what he thought and all the reasons for it,
You've had all the thoughts for the night, mate. That's how
No, not what I'm saying in the future. I'm not talking about it now. I'm talking about
I think Linda, I don't know if that's the place I want Cantwell playing. I'd rather him playing where Marmus is playing with it, if you like, the number 10 role, yeah?
Yeah, I would agree. I thought in the first half we needed to get him on the ball, maybe 15 yards further up the park. I know that he can create, things from when he's playing deeper at times, but we needed to get him further up the park, Ox. And I can understand what Fox is saying. We did lose our shape a wee bit, and he ended up over in the left-hand side as we attack. As we were trying to attack, he was over in the left, and he was a bit out of position. But the only time we did get up the park in the first half was when Cantwell tried to drive us up with the ball. But you're right. I still think he's more of a number 10, definitely.
Yeah, he's also coming back for injury, Davey, yeah?
Oh, of course it is. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes we're not realistic enough with what we're saying about things. The main thing is what they got at the end of the game. And that's more important than the performance. I mean, if you look back to Limassol, I mean, what was that all about? You know, that made last night, the night's result, look marvellous, as far as I'm concerned.
And the performance.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're spot on with that, man. But we know it wasn't a classic all there, you know, and sometimes in Europe you don't get classic games, you know. I've seen it before. If that was the old double header, knockout tie, you'd have been delighted with that result, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely, man. And bear in mind, man, I mean, points is money. So every point you get is more money into the coffer. So aye, it's Europe. It's all about money. Europe. It's not about prestige or it's all going to be great or we're going to go and win Europa Cups or Champions Leagues and all that. It's all just about pure hard cash, mate. It's got nothing to do with anything else but cash. So we get cash tonight. We've done enough to get to earn points. I don't know, what is it, $500,000 you get for a point? I don't know what you get for a point.
€210,000 in that competition.
Ah, well, there you are. So that's better getting that than no getting in it. It's another each draw in Europe, away from home, in a hostile atmosphere like that. Aye, good result. It's a good result. Bad performance, but good result.
All right, as we move back into the last quarter of the show, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
All right, Wanda, put you in a spot. You ready?
Right.
Man of the match.
I'm going to go with probably our goalkeeper, closely followed by Sima. Although I'd still.
You only get one pick.
All right,
you can't get through the whole team yet.
Sorry, goalkeeper.
Yeah. All right, goalkeeper. Davey?
I'm going with a goalie.
Rich?
I would have said Sima.
Albert?
Once again, the goalkeeper wins the man of the match. Many Zach's won.
Okay. Aye, I think they were the two standouts. I'll give you that, Linda. Yeah?
Yes.
Yes, I know that's what you were going for, aye. So can we take the positive? The goalkeeper, Seaman, I know he's on loan. Cantwell coming back. Danilo coming back. Is there positives in there slowly, Albert?
Oh, definitely, mate. It's not boding well for the future, but it's getting better. It's getting a bit better with our players coming back. But and it's the same players that are Seamer's goalkeeper. Cantwell plays his partner. I mean, plays well. It's the same players now. It's playing well all the time. So that's good. Where we're going for here with sickness and all that, and how we're going to get the Reds back, well, that's a mystery, innit? Because we're going to need them back.
Who do you want back then? Who's the ones that's missing then?
Dowell, Lawrence, they've got to come back right away, mate. And you're going to get one of the left backs back. Yeah, I'd take the wee midget. I'd take him, but I'm no overly enamoured with him, know what I mean? But I'd take him first. Big Sterling, get him back. He needs to come back as well.
Okay. I don't know how Sterling got injured. I've not seen him since. It's the start of September he played. It's not the start of November. He's not played since, Linda.
That's just totally baffling. I mean, it really is. When did he get injured in training? Because I don't know. You know, I'm struggling to even remember a game that he came on and we even saw anything sort of positive. And I don't mean to be critical of him because we haven't seen enough of him. But he was talked up as if he was going to be challenging Tav. You know, that's what Michael Beale said about him. And I know I don't want to keep mentioning Beale. So again, like, what sort of signing is he? I don't know, Ox. That is absolutely baffling.
The medical staff kidnapped him.
We also forgot about Cifuentes. He's just disappeared as well.
He's taking us on to a new level, according to Beale. A new level of sickness.
Mr. Beale.
HR.
I'd love to say what I really think, but there you go.
Oh,
He wasn't on the bench either, wasn't he, on Cifuentes?
He's injured, mate.
Badly injured. Badly injured.
What do you mean badly injured?
He's badly injured. He's not even available. So,
how's he badly? What injury has he got then?
Got it in international duty.
All right.
I know when he left the sickness room, he said to the boys, have a nice Christmas.
God, you've got to laugh or you'd greet.
Another one of our players injured. That's unusual, isn't it? Really is. Oh dear. It's depressing thing about it, isn't it? It's depressing. You sit and go, no. Somebody said before, isn't it? That medical staff put a bandage on with a nail gun.
Aye, well, maybe I'll look at it one night when we want to cheer myself up. But David, we have to look and 14 of the players that we could select tonight, 14 players fit, first team players. We went there and we've got a result. So, is there maybe more character than we thought?
Of course there is. You've got to be positive. We can't keep being negative. Well, there's negativity there, but there's more so with the new manager. I mean, I've listened to him, and more or less what he's been talking about. Everything he talks about is spot on, and that's a bonus. So he's just got to take it. And the only problem I've got is if he doesn't have the players that he needs to change, that he wants to change, is more available, then we could have a problem. But time will tell.
What he needs, Ox, is a spine of a team. He needs that.
Needs a bit of luck, mate.
Aye. Definitely. Centre half, centre midfield, centre forward.
Needs a bit of luck. Yeah, but still, I think the manager's still coming out with positives, Linda. Pluses. Yeah, he summed the game up well. He's got a result. He's not lost a goal. Yeah.
Yeah. As I said earlier, when he talks, you just think he knows what he's talking about. He knows what he wants to do. As we've said before, he's got a lot of experience. He talked about, playing in Europe and being able to use that. Sometimes it's just a totally different game altogether. A lot of these players as well that all being mentioned there that are injured, he's not seen any of them either, Ox. In terms of, making an assessment. And I think when he looks at how the team's played in the last couple of games, he might know quite quickly what he needs, but he might not know if he's got those players at his disposal yet because he's not seen a lot of them. And we might have our own opinions on that, even of the people that are injured there. But when you think about it, Ox, as fans, we've not seen a lot of them either. We haven't seen a lot of Cifuentes. Yilmaz has not even put 10 games to a run together, and he's been at the club for quite a while now. And somebody like Dowell as well, we've hardly seen anything of him. And somebody like Matondo hit a bit of form and then the poor guy got injured. So, there's still quite a few for him to have a look at.
Aye, I think things have changed. I'll really be interested, as I said, I'm intrigued to see who we're going to bring in. But you can't.
Jack, a point here tonight. What can you from that game?
A good result, I think.
You're going to have to see what happens, and that's the players you've got to January. Bridgeman,
That's it. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. This is the players we've got until the end of the year. And I thought maybe the manager would be a good guy. Guys that are, they're not with a club, could just pick them up or something. Not to be. So January, end of the year, as simple as that. although it's going to be a turbulent last couple of months, because some heavy games coming up and a really, really challenging schedule. But the manager is going to, I don't know if he's going to make it or not, but I'm sure he's going to put the team out to do these things and get us through it. Just all we need is some of the guys that are injured, not all we need, but at least get some of the guys that are injured back available. Maybe not pick them, but get them available. And get Dessers and Gart and Chat and them away for 3 weeks training with the juniors somewhere.
Aye, well, it'll be interesting when players are fit to see what happens with it too, but it's a team game, Linda.
Yeah, it is. We've got to, look at that as a team, I suppose. But I mean, I do take the point that Bridge is making earlier as well. There's definitely a few players, a couple anyway, that probably should be on the sidelines. But as it happens just now, Ox, he's just working with what he's got, isn't he?
Let's see if Linda's man of the match, Jack Butland.
Jack, a point here tonight. What can you take away from that game?
A good result, I think. After a couple of days, training in the three to do it tonight, I think the boys adapted well, took on what the manager wanted us to do. We spoke at half time about it not working quite how we wanted it to and things we needed to change, and I think we were a lot better in the second half, created more opportunities, we were braver on the ball. You come to a place like this after a disappointing result in our last away game, get a point is important. So I thought the boys defended brilliantly, and to come away with a clean sheet in a tough atmosphere like that is really important.
Yeah, what was the message at half time? Because obviously the team did come out and created a lot more chances in the second half. Just
a few positional things. Just felt that we weren't quite where we needed to be with the ball. I think we were a lot braver. We took on those positions in the second half and found a lot more space, and likes of Nico, Todd early on and Sam were finding a lot more space to operate, and when we do that we're a lot more dangerous. So the lads took it on board at half time, and changing into a different formation, the boys have took it on well and done a good job. You touched on the clean sheet there, and in terms of your own personal performance, you must be happy with that tonight. Yeah, I'm happy. Few things I want to tidy up myself, but that's all part and parcel of it. I thought we defended brilliantly. Yes, I've had to make a few saves, but I thought the lads defended awesome. Some huge blocks, some last-ditch defending, which you need at this level. Teams are going to get chances, and it's about what you do with it, and we defended really well. So the clean sheet is everyone's. It's the way the manager works. It's the strikers help us out, and so on and so forth, and a well-deserved clean sheet today. And obviously it's still fairly early in the new manager's reign. How have you found it so far? Really good, really good. I think it's been a fresh start for everyone. Some boys needed it, and just as a club, I think we needed a change, which is what the club obviously felt as well. I've been impressed with the manager, the way he carries himself and the points that he's got across so far. I know there's a lot more that he wants to work on, but he's conscious on giving us too much right now. So I think we're taking on board what he's trying to get over to us, and doing a good job of it. So it's been a good start, and it's up to us to make sure that continues.
Wow. Just quickly, I'll get your thoughts on that. Just hold it, but before we move around that, there's some big stuff in there. We've been joined by Southside just to get his thoughts on the game quickly. All right, Southside?
Aye, all right, Trips. Some amount of negativity on here tonight, is there no?
No, me.
Listen, you go away from home in Europe, right? See, when you look at the draw, always look to see where we think we'll pick the points up. Do you win your 3 home games and then you look at the other teams? We should have took probably 6 points, I reckon, after the team for Cyprus. I looked and I thought if we get a point away from home and we beat them at home, that's 4 points off them, and the same with Betis, and I'd have been happy with that. So we've lost 3 points and we're still on track. Changed the system tonight, which I didn't think he would do. It wasn't great in the first half, but it was dogged and everybody sort of stuck at it. And it reminded me when I watched the game, it felt like watching a Premier League game when teams again do that against us. They sit in, their goalie makes a few saves, they don't want to be too adventurous, but they just make it competitive, which we did in the first half. And then the last 10-15 minutes, they make some subs and then they come and have a go at the Ibrox. And that's what it felt like that we done the night. But I still thought a point away from him, it was a good result. And I heard Robert. I heard Aye, of course, mate. But for the way we're playing and the way everybody comes on this show and everybody slaughtered Dessers the night already, so we've played them a night with 10 men, right? And we've got a point in Europe. You know, we don't play with guile. We don't play with style at the moment. That's how we've not done it all season. So try to compare to what we've done before in the past in Europe. It's where we are the now. And the now, that's a good point for us away from home in Europe. 100% that's a good point. And it'll probably work out like that as the group goes forward. So I think he's done well tonight with the group that he worked with 14 fit players and a different system. And we could have probably a wee bit up the park more times, showed some more passing and maybe kept the ball better in the first half, maybe. Marlon McGregor pulled off save after save for us in the European campaign when we got to the FA Cup final. So I'm not thinking it's too bad that Butland stood up tonight and pulled off some good saves. You're always going to concede a couple of chances. We're a bit open at times, but for what he's come in, what he's trying to implement to the team and the players and the squad that we've got, that we know will change, I think it's a good result, Ox.
Oh, I would have snapped an honour for that. You know that. Well, listen, just come back to Jack Butland. I'll come back to you. So, Jack Butland, he said, I don't know if you picked up on that, Linda, we needed change. And the guys come in and made an impression. I'll tell you what, that's a dig at the previous regime if I've ever heard one, yeah.
Spot on, Ox. I think he said that it was time for change and the club thought so. Time for change and the club thought so too. That was his quote. That was quite stark. I picked up on that. I thought that was, wouldn't have expected him to say it as sort of, startly as that, Ox, but there you go.
I don't know if you picked up on that, Albert.
Oh, I definitely picked up on it, and you can see what he's talking about because we'll put it this way, did anybody tonight think we were weak at corner kicks, defending corner kicks tonight? I thought we looked a lot more solid to corner kicks than we had under Beale. Under Beale, it was a nightmare. So I think that's what Butland's talking about. Oh, we needed change. We needed somebody to come in and know what they're doing. No, I mean that's basically what he's saying. And the guy's done it. I agree with Southside. It's a good result, mate. It's not an 8 didn't play well. Bad performance, good result. That'll do me. We've said it before. When you go to win things, it's not all about pretty football all the time. It's about results, getting a result. And they got a result tonight because we were under the cosh in the first half. There was no getting away from that. We were played better in the second half, but definitely under the cosh in the first half.
Bridgeman.
The old Bear just said it very nicely there. We were under the cosh in the first half. But linked to whomever it was up front, it could only be Dessers. And we just couldn't get the ball. We never won second ball for a long, long spell. They picked up everything, every ball, and they put it back in again and bombarded us. The defence did very, very well and slashed the ball away, or the goalkeeper managed to make a nice save. Sometimes crucial save, but that's what European football, and you can see we were a wounded animal tonight. You could see it all the way through the play, particularly in the first half. We were abominable at times, we couldn't even get the ball out. But I think second half we changed, and you saw the difference. And it was only positional, as you said there. It was only positional change, slight changes to positions, and what a difference! What a difference that made. The manager's got whatever we've got. The manager's going to work with it, and I wish him all the best in doing so. I said this when he came, all the best, because we could see there's some weaknesses in our team and our structure, and he's got to have it all out.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you picked up on Butland's comments there.
I missed most of it was when I was waiting to come on here, Ox. I didn't really hear it, but I've heard what Linda said. Probably it's after a game they've asked that question and he's come up with that answer, which it's a truthful answer, but it's probably not what he maybe wanted to say. Probably later on he might regret it because he'll probably picked up on what you've just picked up on it, and everybody else will pick up on it, But no, I mean, it's the new manager's in. He's not a lot of time to work.
Not everybody's as clever as me.
I know that, mate. I know. But listen, I think it's a good point. I think obviously performance could have been better, but it was a bit better in the second half. And for the fit players that we had available. And I don't think it was a game, Albert. I was thinking, does he fling McCausland on or something like that? But I think getting that point was more important than keeping the players in a shape. Probably just keeping them. Maybe if it was at Ibrox and we're winning in the game in 2 weeks' time, by all means get them on the park and give them a bit of European experience. But that night, the night, I thought everybody worked hard, dogged performance. You could see even Lundstrom reacting to when he blocked that boy for getting the shot in, and defenders were all tapping each other after it. So it looked like they were dogged and determined tonight, mate. And as much as we're opened a couple of times, we did a lot of plotting shots in that, and it was a lot more. It was a more team together performance, I thought, at the back.
The shape was strange at first. When I don't know if you picked up. I mean, it was a 3-4, wasn't it? With Tav coming in and then Ben Davies. So when they had the ball, they were playing a 3 and Tav was moving up, and then we were out of position. We were going to a 4. We've never really done anything like that, you know. And it looked a bit disjointed at times in the first half, if I'm being honest, Southside, yeah.
Aye. And just probably at that time we was hoping they would just make some passes and simple passes about the park and get a bit of confidence and go into the game. You know, probably that's what he was looking for. I don't think Tav really worked, being that one up at times. I've seen a couple of times he got the ball facing it when he got it and he looked awkward to try to turn in that. I just don't think that really works in that position. But listen, it's a point, Ox, and do you know what? People will judge it by what it is, and maybe he'll go for performance. But see, at the end of the day, you get a point away for him for Europe, and it's a good point for us in the state that we're in as a team and a squad, and the new manager's got to fix it. And I've seen a bit of heart, fight and desire tonight again from him, so that pleased me.
Aye. Davey, your thoughts when Jack Butland said he talked about the game, he talked about the manager changing it.
Aye.
We needed change at the club. What did you take of what Jack said?
Oh, spot on. It's just like Mr. Scratey here, Mr. Sensibility, the one and only South Side. About his comments, he's always spot on. Yeah, Butland, you know, the guy knows what he's talking about. That's the bottom line. He makes sense about everything he says. He doesn't try to gloss anything over. And you can listen to the tone of his voice. Give it time, guys. Look, I'm going to check out. Oh, that's the wife coming in with my cocoa. So I'll say, let's hold on a minute. She's got Maltesers there, no? So I'll say good night, guys, and God bless you, Jers.
Please be happy for you. That's what she's got.
When he says, can they not just say hang up? I don't like when he says check out, Linda.
I know, what do you think? You're at Tesco or something?
No, I'm thinking about he goes to Alex Black's shop when he says he's checking out Southside.
Aye, Alex will certainly welcome him.
Aye, with a tape measure.
Yep.
Right, I want to ask you a question, my big mucker, yeah?
Right, what is it?
Right, I want to ask you a question. I'm going to put you on the spot, right? Right, you're one of the most positive Rangers supporters I've had the pleasure to know, right? You always look for a positive out of any situation with the Bears, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
The centre forward, mate.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah.
You really want me to answer that one?
Aye.
I'm interested in. I would like to hear your thoughts, mate.
See, he got a goal right last week, as we've seen at the weekend, and it was a good finish considering he's under so much pressure, right? And I thought maybe you'll turn the corner slightly and we'll start getting more involved. But tonight I thought, oh, here we go, we're back to the same sort of thing. In the first half, this looks a wee bit. This looks pretty as if he's just not got it at this level to say it. And I'm talking about in Scottish level, I know. I mean, he's scored goals and he's had a career and he's had moves and played at clubs, but I don't know, mate. The now he's just nowhere near he's never up to it at the moment. He's just miles off it the night as well. But I'm not wanting to single him out, you know. it's all right for everybody to go on his back again and just go, what about Dessers tonight? And I've even heard Lammers getting slaughtered and all. That's up to people if they want to do that. But no, mate, I think he's going to need some rebuild to get him into a sort of football player that we're looking for at Glasgow Rangers. So, but at the moment, he's going to have to keep using him and probably have him in the team from time to time, because at the end of the day, when we need to move him on, he needs to be at least a bit have fitness in him, as people say he isn't fit. And you need to keep him in the short window, and should he score in Scotland, then he will get a move, hopefully, when we want to move him on. And that's what's going to happen, Ox. But no, I didn't expect you to ask me that one, to be honest.
If I didn't ask you on there, I would ask you off here. Right?
I know.
The last time I seen a rebuild being as successful as that, all there was Steve Austin.
What's that, mate?
The last time I seen a rebuild being as successful as that, that Southside's talking about the Dessers, was Steve Austin.
Oh, there's no rebuild going to build him up, mate. No, I mean, there's no chance. You know what I mean? Maybe you go at him and dismantle Lammers and dismantle him and put a few parts together, you might come up with something, mate. But nah, I can't see it. I know Southside try to be positive, but come on. There's nothing there to be positive about, mate.
Sorry for that, Biggie. I just had to get your opinion. That's the thing that everybody will be talking about.
He's going to get it, and he'll probably be the one that makes people go and say, because of the performance, people think it was a bad performance tonight. But in the scheme of things, it's a good point away for him in Europe. And as much as people going about Stevie G's teams and all that, he built that team. It took him a couple of years to get that team to get the results in Europe, Ox. No, he built it, and he played a system, and hopefully Clement will get his own players in over a period of time, and maybe in Europe a year or two down the line will start to look like a better team in a better shape. But tonight we've got to just take it for what it is. He's trying to go in there and do his best with this team into a system, and he's changed the system, as I heard him say earlier, and we've got a point away. So I think it's a good result, mate. I don't know why anybody came out disappointed on it.
Oh, I would have snapped your runner. I would have snapped your runner, 9 times out of 10 in a competitive European tie, you will take a draw away from Havenlander.
Yeah, and Southside's right about looking at this double header. You would have wanted, if you could have got 6, it would be brilliant. But if you're getting a point away from home, we've got 3 games. We've got the 2 Hearts games and the Dundee game in between the Hearts games, and then we play them again. You're hoping from our point of view that we've got a couple of the injured players back. We got more minutes into Danilo and Cantwell in the run up to the next Sparta game. Hopefully no more injuries, she says, touching wood. So you've got to just take it. I hate this phrase, but it is got to be one game at a time for a new manager, Ox. And you would hopefully, fancy yourselves to beat Sparta at home, and that's not being overconfident. With the crowd behind them, you would think, right, if we can play against them the way we played in the last 20 minutes tonight and be right on it from the beginning, I'd be confident that we could beat them. Definitely at Ibrox, Ox.
I'm making about 3 or 4 personnel changes that would improve us in a few weeks' time, or 2 weeks' time, if that makes sense, all better than Bridge.
Aye, I mean, you never know, do you? You talk about Lawrence and Dowell and Cifuentes and Matondo and these people.
And then you've got Fit Cantwell and you've got Danilo playing here, and you might have a left back.
They will make a difference, mate. There's no doubt about that, because they're decent players. They will make a difference, and it's just getting them back in it, and hope it's sooner rather than later, because as I said before, we need them. We definitely need them, mate.
Right, we're coming to the end of the show. Bridgeman, before you say your cheerios, just get your thoughts now. You've had time to reflect on the point, the performance, and the manager.
The point, fabulous. No matter when, I've been watching Rangers for, 65 years or something like that, And any games we played in Europe, you got a point away from home, you're done. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm really delighted for that, and I hope the whole club is, and all the fans. Was it the team you said? The team itself? Before the manager?
The performance in the manager.
The performance. Well, the performance was, how can you say it? A game of two halves, as we said earlier. But I thought we fought like hell in the first half to keep that the clean sheet, and that's great. Great for them. Great goalkeeping by the goalkeeper, and some lucky stuff in among that. I thought we didn't get much. There could have been better decisions for us, and sometimes against them. It didn't go our way, but we fought through all that. Second half, particularly the last half hour of the second half, I thought we were tremendous. We could have scored maybe one or two goals there. We had the great chances. We had really good chances. Their goalkeeper brought off two absolutely magnificent saves. So well done to him. The manager, far better than the one we had before. He's still wearing his suit and tie, and I like that. I'm all for that.
And I thought the bench looked a lot smarter, but that's just me. Right. Linda, last words.
Yeah, great show tonight, Ox. Delighted with the point, as Bridge says there. We just take the point and we move on. Nice being on with all, Bear, yourself and Bridge. So good night, everybody.
Southside, before we go.
Good point away for him in Europe, mate. Dogged performance, hard-working performance, and the manager was pleased with it, I would reckon. So happy with that, mate. And we'll take the 3 points after my Ibrox, and Moff took 4 points after him, so that will do for me.
You hear we won that game, man. You're right. We're rolling the box seat. Albert.
I enjoy the show, mate. Enjoy the result. Performance, yeah, not very good, but it doesn't matter. It's a result that matters. Good point, mate. Really good point. And that will just stand us in good stead. Onwards and upwards, mate. Definitely.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Last word for your good self, Bridgeman.
Oxford, it's a tremendous night, given the fact that we've won. We've got 3 points in the group. I don't know how the other teams did. Was it? Kenny, could you tell us? Can you give us a wee idea what the scores were?
I think Betis won.
So what about the table?
Oh, well, they've got 6, we've got 4, and so have Slavia and the other teams get 3, yeah.
Right, okay, so we're there, second top of the league or something?
Aye. We need to win the next home game and we're in the box seat, yeah.
That'll do us. And can I just say, Oxford, thanks very much, and well done to the techie boys in the background there, and of course to Linda. Excuse me, I'm going to say my throat's gone now. So, sorry, Linda and Albert. So, but what can I say? To other Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, good summaries tonight, tremendous comments by the guys, and I hope you're all happy. And everybody, we and Rangers, to do with Rangers, we need to all be positive and back the manager all the way. So everybody, keep it going for the Rangers, and I mean it, keep it going.
Thanks to Russell who joined us, old Davy, Robert, Martin Steen, the son of the legend that is Colin Steen. Of course, Davy Fairder, who was with us briefly. We lost Davy, but hopefully we'll get Davy back on soon. We've not forgotten anybody. And thanks to Southside for jumping on, getting his opinion. Good to put him on the spot.
Big Al.
Big Al for a story. How could I forget him, Albert? How could I forget him? And to Linda, Albert and Bridge, thanks for doing the show. Fox and Old School Boy for doing the technicals. Rangers Radio will be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10, talking about all things Rangers. Take it away, Old School Boy.